Howdy, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Faab Five campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM, and joining me at the virtual table today are Alyssa, Joe, Jeremy, Koines, and Kyle. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hola.
Okay. Now, before we begin, I am happy to announce that some new programming is coming your way. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central, we are now hosting a random game night featuring members of the Random Rhapsody cast playing various online games together. We also have a new series in the works, which will be hosted by our very own Kyle Thomas. You can keep up to date with our programming schedule and new features by following us on Twitter at @random_rhapsody. Okay, that should do it for announcements. So join us as we dive into the world of Loroupa and continue on with the adventures of the Faab Five. Okay, we are back. So when we last left off, the Faab Five had discovered that wraiths were currently ravaging the town of Bradfordshire, and we learned that it had been unleashed by none other than Liam, the drunken monk companion of the group. Liam had stolen a bronze glaive from the crypt underneath the monastery on orders of Grood, a Goliath from the same tribe as Eloise's adopted father, Vulcan. Armed with this knowledge, the team discussed how they could recover the glaive and save the town. Eloise seemed hesitant to let her staff be used to transport the squad, since she would have to leave it behind, and overall, most of the party didn't seem to want to let the survivors leave the temple at all. Eloise and Blood still seemed to want to try and loot the town while searching for survivors, and Liam seemed to believe that they would all be in much greater danger in the capital city of Morag, where he believed Grood was. In the end, everyone agreed to sleep for the night so that the jeweler could finish turning the diamonds into dust, so that Vulcan could cast greater restoration on both Liam and Apollyon. Over the course of the Five's long rest, Eloise received a unique perspective about her tale. Blood questioned the morality of stealing a religious relic, and Liam received a first-hand glimpse into the changes happening to their Minotaur friend. The encounter left the drunken boxer understandably uneasy, and he and Blood conspired to restore Apollyon first, though this less than stealthy conference did manage to catch the Minotaur's attention. Fortunately, the impressive hands of Blood from a Stone was able to catch the barbarian's attention long enough for Liam to fill Vulcan in on what they had planned. The two tried to be quiet about it, but the Goliath druid tripped on his robes and landed on Liam with a crash. Eloise tried to reduce Apollyon's size, but this act only enraged the cursed barbarian, causing him to lash out and change, filling the chapel with tidal waters that seemed to swirl around their companion and lift him up even as the current threatened to sweep our heroes off of their feet. And so, Faab Five. For those of you who are shorter than 6'2", you are currently treading water, and the current does have you. For those of you who are at 6'2" or over, you still have your footing, but this is considered difficult terrain for you, and you will need to perform an athletics check to move through the current successfully. The water seems to be whirling around the AquaMinotaur like a whirlpool, drawing you closer towards him with each passing moment. You can see the two blue Huron monks struggling to keep the dwarven priest's head above water as the old man thrashes about in a clear show of distress. Now, as you all look on in dismay at this vision your friend has become, a question comes to each of your minds, and it's actually an appropriate one. Is there any particular weapon, item, or whatever that your character longs to find? And Liam, since you're the one who rolled, why don't you go ahead and answer first?
Well, there was a time. That glaive, that bronze one I had on me, it drew quite a bit of attention, and I can't deny I'd still like to wield it quite a bit. But right now, I'd like to find a magical weapon that doesn't unleash a curse. You know, nothing too specific, just a nice shiny weapon. No curses involved.
Oh, that's valid. That's valid in this circumstance. Necthros, how about you?
Yes, the book. The book, the book, the book. That's all I want. All I desire. Well, not all I desire, but definitely the Tome of Clear Thought. Been on my mind for a while, and I can't stop thinking about it.
Indeed. Okay. Eloise, you're next.
No, I mean, one thing I was really looking forward to seeing was the big carved stone statue at Feyweave Hollow, but that kind of got destroyed. So I'm just happy to see anything that anyone creates.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Blood from a stone. How about you?
Well, I don't know if it is magical per se, but there is the legendary hero of my people, Far from the Mountain. It is said that he had a bow that was customized that he made himself. I would just love to have that just as a piece of my people's history.
Interesting. Those ancient relics of one's people are always sought after, and probably the hardest to find. Apollyon or AquaMinotaur. How about you?
Well, I once heard of a for gold. Only chosen. It was lucky. Black meat. Golden Boi. There. Thanks. Wow. Now I don't want anything at all. Except more of it.
Indeed you do. And as the waters swirl around you, lifting you up higher and higher into the space of this chapel, the weapon in your hand, the trident, begins to resonate with energy. Lightning bolts begin to circle around it, this crackle of electricity, and it just shines brightly in your hands as you're holding it aloft, looking down at your friends, your former friends, who refuse to understand you. And as you look at them, that rage fills your soul. And I need everyone to roll for initiative. And hey, the Frost E just subscribed to us with Prime. Thanks, the Frost E. Welcome.
Ooh,
Thank you,
thanks,
thank you.
Frosty.
Alright, Frost.
Matt, am I still rolling the initiative with advantage
Yeah.
from last week?
Yes.
Frosty.
Yes, Eloise, you do have your initiative, your advantage on this roll, so go ahead and use it. Yes.
Why didn't it roll with advantage? Hold on.
Just
Yeah.
roll again.
There we go. Nat 20.
Nice.
-1. 19.
Noise.
Yep. Don't forget to click on your characters as you are rolling.
I see an 8, but I didn't see your roll come up.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's. You should see a tab on your character sheet that can change it to not be to GM.
It should be, yeah, it's gonna be right there, should be underneath your name.
There, I just changed it for you.
You might have to roll an initiative for me. I'm trying on my phone to get it. Like I said,
Oh, yeah, roll 20 on the phone it's almost a non-issue, not starter there.
Hell yeah, the Frosty's saying, I'm casting the prime spell natural 20.
Yeah, he is. He's subscribing with that nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Alright, did somebody roll for me?
Joe,
Oh, here, I'll pull
did
it
somebody
up.
do it?
Yeah, I got his sheet pulled up now. I'll do it. 15 unveiled.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess just tell me what you want to end up doing, and I'll do your rolls for you.
Okay. So, to start off this initiative order, Blood from a Stone. You are currently standing in the wake of this huge swirl of water that's ending up right about where you currently are and is swirling around the AquaMinotaur, pulling him upwards. He's about 20 feet or so above what was once ground level. There's 6 feet of water, as I said, currently filling this area. How tall are you? You're above.
6'3".
Okay, so you are able to stand right now. However, the first thing I need you to do on your turn is make an athletics check.
Athletics or acrobatics, you said?
No, I said specifically athletics. This is you having to use your strength to keep your footing.
Oh, I'll be lifting my fucking crossbow. Don't worry about that.
What'd you get?
It's an 18.
Okay. With an 18, yeah, those swirling waters are pushing against your body, but you are actually able to dig the claws of your feet down into the stone and hold on tight, and you're managing to keep your footing.
So as I move away from him, I'm guessing the water's going to get shallower since it seems like it's...
Well, no, this whole area is about 6 feet worth of water.
But he's just in some kind of weird fucking geyser.
Yes, he is in some kind of weird fucking geyser that's holding him upright. Now, moving through the water like this is considered difficult terrain, yes.
Well, then I am going to move out the 15, but I'm going to increase that and double it with the feline agility to 30. And you said these are like pews, right?
Well, they were at one point, but now
they're
that
fucking underwater,
now that they're underwater, they're starting to move around. Now, obviously, I can't move them around on the map, but they're like slowly being dragged along the floor a little bit.
So I guess they're not heavy enough to float.
No. No, they're too heavy to sink, and
Well, then-
they're down under the water.
Well, then he's just gonna get this, get away. I'm gonna make my way towards the door and see if the door opens out. Maybe we can let some of this water out of here. But he's just gonna sit here. He's just gonna turn around and just kind of be like, "I'm sorry, friend." And he's gonna take a shot at him. Blazing bowstring, not sharpshooter, but just blazing bowstring.
Okay.
Come on, I clicked you. Why did it automatically roll the damage? I didn't set it
yeah.
for that.
Go ahead and check everybody, because Roll20 likes to arbitrarily turn on rolling damage. So check your character sheets, make sure that's off. A 15, however, does not hit.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay.
And you aim up your arrow, use your blazing bowstring, you see that energy-filled shot go flying towards him, but he just disappears into the geyser of water that swirls around Apollyon.
Alright, well then I'm going to bonus action dash, and that'll get me to the door. Can I investigate the door still on this turn to see if it pushes out or in, like looking at the hinges?
You're ready to use your action, your bonus action, and your movement here.
I didn't use a bonus action.
Yeah, you did, to dash. You just said. You literally
Feline
just said...
agility, yeah.
But you
Oh, well, yeah,
literally
but
said...
I look at the door. I know. I just want to say I'm looking at the door. That's all I was saying. I'm not actually going to try and open it.
Okay, but all I'm saying is you said I'm using my bonus action to dash, so
And
you
I
don't
didn't
have a
think
bonus
looking
action.
at the door would be a bonus action.
Looking at the door is not. Investigating the door is.
That's what I'm saying. Looking at the hinges to see if I'd be able to determine whether or not it'd open in or out. But go into the next person. It's fine.
Well, looking at the door, you can see that there is a bar across the door that is holding it in place.
I already knew that.
Okay.
I was just looking at the hinges, but go to
There
the
are-
next person.
There are hinges on it, and it does open to pull inward. I can tell you that much.
Go to the
Next
whatever.
up, Joe, we have Nyasi, the monk. Nyasi is currently trying to help up Father Estru and keep his head above water. She has her footing, but just barely, and so she's got to make her athletics check first. And that is a 10, so that is a failure. The water that's pulling at her just sweeps her off her feet. Her tail kind of gets wrapped around her legs a little bit, and she gets sucked in with the water and is currently having to fight to float herself. It's now considered very difficult terrain, so she can only actually move about a third of her speed. She's able to get back up above water, swim back over to the father, and she's going to use her turn as another athletics check to try to help keep him afloat. And that is a 13, which is exactly what she needs to do this. So she lifts down, plants her feet into the stone, and starts pushing up the the dwarf, trying to help him up out of the water. So she is able to keep him floating and keep him breathing, but it is a challenge. Next up, we come to the top of Order 20. And at the top of Order 20, the swirling water vortex that is around the AquaMinotaur begins to intensify. The water levels begin to rise up just a little bit. And I need everyone in the area to make for me a strength saving throw, please, as the whirlpool begins to try to pull you all towards it.
Behold, my new power.
12 for Eloise.
It's 15 for Veil.
So you did succeed, Veil?
Oh, never mind. He got a 6. Oh, yeah, I can see your number rolled a bunch of times trying on the phone, but I got you. But you're good.
Yeah, 15 for Blood from a Stone, 16 for Veil.
I mean, am I actually rolling since I'm not in the vortex? It's
Alright,
gonna say my name since I rolled for Veil.
Oh, you rolled that for Veil.
Yeah.
He did. No, it's affecting everybody. Everybody in the room. It's not just in that little
Everybody
area.
in the room. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's everybody in the room.
Yeah.
All right. I could for right now, unless I say it, the phone's working for me, so I can do my
Okay.
rolls.
Never mind. I'll let you do it.
Right, thank you, though.
Ooh. All three of them failed. Groot succeeded, or not Groot, Vulcan succeeded, and is currently he's lifted up by the water, and he's kind of holding on to this platform that he's right next to keep his feet. Both of the monks get sucked 10 feet towards the AquaMinotaur, right next to him. Same thing for the father.
Yassi's having a bad time with this water situation.
She is. Eloise, what did you roll?
12.
You also failed and get sucked 10 feet towards him, but you're pretty close anyway, so you're just right up next to him. Liam,
13.
you also failed, and you're pulled 10 feet towards him, so you're going to be right here now.
Beautiful.
Okay?
Oh, man.
That's it for the top of Order 20. Next in the initiative...
Actually, can I do my legendary action?
Yes, absolutely you can. I like it. So you cast Call Lightning, and a gigantic cloud begins to fill up the space above that still has air in it, and it's not filled with water. A gigantic cloud forms at the top of this chapel. So, let's see, where are you throwing this lightning bolt down at? Well, that's the cylinder of the storm cloud. So the storm cloud fills up the entire chamber of this chapel. Right there, so...
Centered right on this person.
Now, I am going to point out that is going to hit you as well, Apollyon.
Her name is Jortha.
Or AquaMinotaur, I should say.
AquaMinotaur.
But yeah,
That is perfectly fine.
I'm okay. So I'm going to need the two monks, the father, and Eloise to all make for me dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh, man.
Square. I press Alt to put myself in exactly.
Yeah, you're fine.
Ha! Nat 20 dex save. Holy shit.
Ah, look at that! Just two.
Oh wow!
Hey, she say? Oh no, that wasn't the one that was having the trouble. It
And
was
this
the other
time
one.
Eloise's tail helps her.
So let's see. Nyasi rolled a 20, that's a save. Eloise rolled a 20, that's a save. Jortha rolled a 26, that's a save. And for Father Estru, he rolled an 8. That's a failure. Apollyon, or AquaMinotaur, 17 points of damage. So 17 points to him.
Half as much on a success, so that would be, what, 8 points of damage?
Yep. Whew, the father ain't looking great, that's for sure. Next up, the water in this area that's been swirling around. You see basically a ripple of water detach itself from this swirl. It's an odd shape, almost cylindrical, but it's just a wave Like, imagine a shark fin going up above the water, but it's just a bubble of water. It comes moving up to you, Liam.
Bubble comes up to me.
A bubble comes right up towards you.
Should I roll something, or is it attacking me?
Well, yes, actually, it is.
16's gonna miss.
It comes swimming up to you and begins swirling around you, trying to grasp you. And as it does, you just wiggle and twist and break free from it. And it does not manage to grasp onto you. This bubble of water is now kind of floating around right next to you. But that's its turn. And we come to Eloise. So Eloise, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna take inspiration from my author yesterday, and I'm going to try to polymorph my dear sweet apple.
You're polymorphing Vulcan?
Apollyon.
Apollyon.
Apollyon. Okay, interesting. What's the what save is that?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay, Apollyon or AquaMinotaur. Wow.
Whoa. That's a 1.
Is that what the?
I'm gonna choose to succeed because that's what winners do.
Yeah, he does. You cast the spell and you begin to feel yourself change, but you just that ain't gonna happen, and you force it back, and you manage to keep your form.
Damn. Okay. Level 4 spell gone. Can I try to swim away? Like get out of this whirlpool situation?
You can certainly try. Actually, I forgot to have you roll your athletics check to, because actually that reminds me, you're not
Over 6 feet
over
tall?
6
No.
foot. No, so you're actually you're not stationary. You are being
I'm
swimming. Yeah, so you don't have a swim speed, so your movement is going to only be 1/3 of what it normally is. But you
Okay.
can try to swim away.
Okay. And I would like to do so. Just
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can move 10 feet away. This is going to provoke an attack of opportunity from the AquaMinotaur. So AquaMinotaur, make your attack of
Should he
opportunity.
choose to? Because he only gets, I hope, 1 reaction around.
Well, isn't he like 30 feet in the air by now? He said he was 20.
He
He kept
didn't
going
use
up.
a reaction. He used a legendary action. It's different.
I know, but he could choose to use his reaction on me, or he could choose to use it possibly on someone else for something else.
So he's got
Just saying.
options. Fair enough.
So just for clarification, 20
Yeah.
feet. He is 20 feet up.
I'm gonna let her know.
Okay.
Thanks, Apple. Yeah, I'm just gonna go 1 and 2 over here.
Okay.
That's gonna be my turn.
That's it for Eloise. Next
Yeah.
up, we come to poor Father Estru, who is not
Hey.
doing too well. What the? Yes, my server just went weird on me. There you go. Okay, Father Estru's turn, who just got bitch slapped by that spell. That hurt. He is going to have to make an athletics check first because he can't swim very well. But an 18 is enough to finally push off and begin treading water at least a little bit. He is going to use his action. Whew. Yeah, he's going to have to cure himself. He's down past half. He pumps a 3rd level healing into himself, and he's going to try to swim away. He's doing as best as he can. 10 feet in this direction. Actually, hold on. He needs to make another athletics check before he can do that. Oh, nope. He is not able to break free of that, but he did heal himself a bit. Okay. Well, at least he's healed. But that's it for his turn. Liam, your turn's next.
Alright. So Liam, unlike me, is not over 6'2", but he does have the mobile feat, which he gets to ignore rough terrain. However, he doesn't have swim speed, so you tell me how to play this, Matt.
So you are going to be, you're going to treat it like difficult terrain, but it's not quite the same. Your movement speed is halved throughout the water.
Alright. But I still have to make an athletics check?
You need to make an athletics check because you are right at that edge of that maelstrom, and it's trying to suck you in at every moment.
Natural 20.
For a total of
22.
Then yeah, you're good. You're able to kick off with those powerful legs, and you're treading water and fighting against that current. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move into melee up here with Apollyon with that thing to my side. I'm gonna try and slice off a couple tentacles.
You're aiming specifically for the tentacles, so you're doing an actual specific shot, or are you just swinging?
I'm doing an actual called shot because I really don't want to hit Apollyon.
Okay, interesting. Go ahead and roll.
Wait, so is the whirlpool protecting Apollyon, or is it sucking people towards him?
Yes.
He's at the top of the whirlpool. It's like a fountain.
Oh, okay, I got it. Sorry,
Like a
I
guy-
forgot.
Actually,
I forgot
yeah,
the 3D element.
That
I got it.
actually, yeah, here that does bragger up something, because right now you're about 6 feet above the floor, treading water. He's about 14 feet above you
Okay.
in a funnel right now.
So you're saying I'm not in melee with him yet?
So no, you're. I don't see how you can reach. Well,
Could I use Step of the Wind to use like a superpowered key boosted jump to get to him?
I'm gonna say that yes, you could do that. Your other option is using a weapon that has 10 feet of reach.
Right. Nothing on me at the moment.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll spend a key point to leap up at him.
Absolutely. You kind of let your body go downward in the water. You push off against the floor, shooting up out of the water into the air using your Step of the Wind. Make your attacks.
Ooh. First one's a 12, the second one's a 21. I don't think either one hits Apollyon. 21 hits, but I did do a called shot, so it's probably a higher AC.
Well, if both of those swings were attacking right at a tentacle, yes, you did not manage to hit with either of those.
Gotcha.
Would the tentacles have different AC since they're not his main person?
The tentacles are, it's a smaller target, more specific target. So whenever you do a called shot like that, like you're aiming for a limb, there's always an increase to the AC just for trying to hit the smaller target.
But I was wondering if the tentacles share the AC since they're not part of his main body, and they grew off of him. That's what I was asking.
Yep. That's how I answered. Yeah, so they do have a higher AC because it's a called shot.
Yeah, that's all I can do with my turn. I'll stay right there next to him, I guess.
Okay, you land back in the water with a little splash of water. Okay, next up, another one of those watery things comes swimming through the water. This one, let's see here. Oh, Vulcan's healed. I need to make sure he's healed. This one's going towards Vulcan, because he was the closest one to it. Vulcan is actually healed. I don't have him healed, so I'm going to heal him. They did take a long rest before this battle. I just forgot to do his hit points. Anyway, this thing comes swimming towards Vulcan and tries to ensnare him as well. This watery being, basically a tunnel of water more than anything else. It has no real form. It has no real mass. It looks literally just like a big wave of water. It comes swirling around Vulcan, trying to engulf him. That is an 18, which is his AC, so that does hit. 14 points of damage, and the target is technically grappled now. So the water creature wraps around him, begins just constricting over the giant Goliath form and holds him in place.
Doesn't it say it pulls him 5 feet towards the water weird?
Well, he was right next to it, so it didn't matter either way.
Oh, the thing is the water weird. I thought the whirlpool was a water weird. I got
No, the creatures you're fighting are water weirds.
Understood.
Okay, Necthros, you're up next.
All right, so I'm going to, as an action, cast mirror image on myself. Did that pop up?
Yes.
Okay.
So 3 illusionary
It's on 3 different
duplicates.
screens.
I like it.
All right, and then I will be. Hold on, let me just put the spells that I use these. Oops. And then I will use my bonus action to Misty Step. Did that work? I clicked it, I don't know.
You clicked it a couple times, but yes, it did work.
Okay. To Misty Step 30 feet down towards the door. If somebody could move my character, I'm not able to do that. So you can just move it straight down 30 feet. Okay. And then my movement, I'm going to move towards that open door down to the, right there. As far as I can go.
But his 3 illusions are still in the whirlpool?
No, they're on me.
So, Veil, I'm just going to do a point of order here real quick. You cast a leveled spell first with your mirror image. You can't cast another leveled spell as a bonus action. You can only cast a cantrip if you cast a leveled spell.
Okay.
So
know what? Then
you could do that, but you could not Misty Step, or you could Misty Step but not mirror image.
okay. So say we'll go with I Misty Stepped. Use my movement to move here, and then with my bonus action. Oh, I can't. My action.
With a cantrip, yeah. You got an attack cantrip of any kind?
Yeah, but it's a bonus action, isn't it?
Well, so hold on a second. Which leveled spell did you cast? Did you cast mirror
hold it as
image?
an action.
Did you cast mirror image or Misty Step?
I cast Misty Step, so I
Okay.
do not have the mirror image on myself.
Okay, so since you cast Misty Step as a bonus action, you can cast a action spell that's a
Toll the
cantrip.
Dead's an action.
So tell
Toll
the
the
Del
Dead,
is.
Perfect. All right, then. I almost said Colton. Veil is going to point his finger at Apollyon with 0 regrets and Toll the Dead. Did it click?
Yep.
Okay. No
Okay.
regrets, not even one.
Not even one.
So that is 16. Or did he take damage yet?
He has not taken damage yet, so it is 5 points of damage to
5
the
points of
AquaMinotaur.
And Veil is done.
Okay. That's it for Veil's turn. Next up, another one of those weird blob-like water ripples comes flowing up around you, Eloise, and is attacking you. But that is a 9, so I assume that's a failure.
It is indeed.
That is that creature right there. Next we come to Jortha, one of the blue heron monks, who's right there next to Apollyon. She can see the father treading water and holding her own a little bit. She's also not over 6 feet. So, she's having a difficult time of it, but let's see how difficult. Pretty damn difficult with a 5. She's trying to tread water as best she can, but she keeps slipping underneath the water. She's going to follow suit with what Liam did earlier. She sinks down to the bottom. Let's see here. And she's going to use one of her key points to Step of the Wind to shoot up again. Because she's not moving. And she's just going to try to take a swing at Apollyon. Let's see. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits the AquaMinotaur.
Doing 8 points of damage. She twists around, spinning almost like a pinwheel to do a second swing. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Uh-oh. If AquaMinotaur is hit by a melee attack or a touch spell, it's using its reaction to slap the attacker back. Go ahead and make your attack with the tentacle. For some reason, her armor class shows up as 6, which is not right at all.
What's her wisdom and dex?
It's a 3 of each, so she has a 16.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, I don't know why it says a 6. That's just really weird. But a 19 does hit.
Okay, strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Yeah, it still does the damage.
Oh, okay,
It's 15.
15 just saved, so not pushed back.
Yeah, so not pushed back. She takes the smack, taking 19 points of, or 15 points of damage. Whew. Ouch. That definitely hurt Jortha.
So are they grappling?
No, what it does is actually it's supposed to push her back.
How come it says the target is grappled?
If they're larger or smaller.
Well, so here's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
The tentacle attack grapples. When the reaction of the tentacle,
The, like, smacking you back.
yeah, it's smacking you back. You're using the same attack, it just functions slightly different.
Yeah, this is the oh no you didn't.
Yeah. So it
Is
tried
that-
to...
Go
What's
ahead.
that, Joe?
I'd say, is the AquaMinotaur a large creature now, or is he still a medium creature?
He's definitely looking pretty damn big.
Well, I mean, like, did he actually gain a size?
It's
Does
hard.
he
It's hard to judge. You're gonna guess probably. He seems pretty damn big. Jortha did not get pushed back, but she is unable to make her second attack because that did knock her down. So that's it for Jortha's turn. And don't forget, AquaMinotaur, you do have your legendary actions. I know. I'm just reminding you. It is your turn, however, so those did reset.
Behold, my new power. Look, those of you that would doubt me.
I like it. Who are you attacking with the tentacles?
$17 just misses. 23 hits.
Now you're grappled.
Yeah,
Thir-
I am.
13 damage to you, Liam, and you're currently grappled. That's the Dragonborn? Niasi? Perfect. "12 misses.
I'm just reading this spell. Okay. Yeah, that's all for the AquaMinotaur's turn.
I like it. Okay. That's it for the AquaMinotaur's turn. Nice. It's weird.
Oh, my bad. I should have made a constitution.
The only thing,
Yeah,
well,
it's
yeah.
5. It's 5 plus damage. So you did. Yeah, you did hold it. Oh, that's right, because you got hit. Yes, you're right. The So what are you trying to do here?
I should have had a higher it's a constitution saving throw. I was concentrating on Paul White.
You got a +5 to that. Okay. I didn't know what the AquaMinotaur's thing is. Well, it got worse.
Alright, I failed. I'm not
Yep.
concentrating.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, the call lightning?
Okay, but we are at the top of the order again. So, blood from a stone. What are you doing?
He's gonna make for this doorway, 15 feet, and then he's just gonna take a shot. Since, I guess, I mean, would he be considered, I mean, flanked with these I mean, he's got all these people around him, but then again, it's just a shot in the dark. You can say no.
Got a lot of hide.
I know. I'm just saying. No, I was saying like flank to have, other people around him, but
So if you're asking whether or not you have advantage on the shot from where you are, yes, I'm going to say you are
Okay.
It's kind of weird and convoluted, but his attention is elsewhere in this moment.
I guess that's I was just
Yeah.
I'm just thinking it's like he's up here like like a fucking princess at the top of a water fountain.
He
And
is, but there's also people jumping up and swinging
that's-
at him.
But he's
And
not expecting me and
yeah.
Vale, the squishy cowards in the corner. Alright, well then I'll just take a shot. We're still not gonna do sharpshooter because he's got a high ass fucking AC.
Okay. Did you move your token?
Yeah, I moved to 15.
Okay.
I was by the door, but when you said earlier that it opens in, I'm not gonna fucking try and fight the water. You kidding me? He's a fucking -1 to strength. So yeah, he's gonna take a shot from where he's at. No sharpshooter, but he's gonna go the second place in bowstring today. 26.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna hit.
And he's just gonna like almost, with a tear coming out of his eye because he doesn't want to hurt his friend. Oh, I did click the blazer. Okay, so that's 26.
26 points of damage to the AquaMinotaur. Ow! This bolt of pure energy, fire and force together come shooting out at you, AquaMinotaur, slamming into your chest, and you just feel this burning power energy bolt smack into your, and just
And then gonna use a bonus action to dash just to get in here for next round. And that's it.
Fair enough.
He knows blood loves him. He knows he doesn't mean to do this.
Does he? I guess we'll find out.
No, blood, Apollion's really the only one in the group that blood probably truly does love. So, because he's been with him so long.
We don't have the skeleton in initiative.
Oh.
Well, the skeleton actually moves on Vale's turn.
Right.
But now that you're mentioning it, all that water around a 3-foot tall skeleton, you do see bones floating around and moving and swirling, but I kind of have a doubt they'd be able to hold any sort of cohesive form in this right now.
Fair enough.
Let's just be happy he can't drown.
Well, wait.
Yeah.
So, if he's like I don't know. So, are you saying that the bones are completely separated?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So
Like-
how would he stand in normal, like not even in water, just standing there? Wouldn't that also separate?
Not necessarily. If you're just standing in water and it's not moving water, it's one thing. But when you have a swirling vortex of water that's pulling things that weigh 3 times as much as him around, they're probably pulling bones apart.
Okay. I
Think
guess.
Think of the dry bones in the Mario games, the little turtle skeletons you jump on and they can get back up. That's what I pictured right now.
Yeah, kind of.
He'll reform when he can.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He
just-
goes on my
he's-
turn anyway. So.
He's wet bones right now.
He is wet bones right now, and it is kind of weird, but they're just kind of floating all over the place and sucked in on the current.
Man, the new Mario, you can do all sorts of tricks with the dragon. But
Ah.
we'll get to that later.
Yeah, it is Nyasi's turn, the dragonborn monk, and she's trying to stay upright. Let's see how she does. And
Come
been
on,
doing
girl.
great. 19, yeah, that's much better. She manages to plant her feet and dig her dragonborn talons into the stone and hold herself in place. And she's just looking up at the AquaMinotaur, and this has gone on too long! She's gonna jump up and try to do the exact same thing that everyone else has been doing so far, using those key points to push themselves upright. So she's gonna go ahead and use one for that. Actually no, she doesn't have to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna retroactive that because she has a spear. So she has reach. That's exactly what she's doing. That's an 18 to hit, which does not hit. That is upsetting. Second,
Those to have long arms.
yeah. Second stab. Ooh,
That's gonna hit.
That was a nat 20 for a 28. Ouch. So, doing a total of 22 points of piercing damage, Apollyon.
Oh.
However, now that all these slashes have been kind of going into him, you're noticing that they're not doing as much damage as you might hope they were.
Is he raging?
Oh, I said he was raging when I started.
Non-magical also.
Puny weaklings.
See,
These will not
I had a
hurt
I had a
AquaMinotaur.
I had a clarification question about that. I'm sure he's got special abilities, but the definition of rage says you can't cast spells.
I know, it's crazy, right? It's
Okay,
almost
so
as if...
he's special. That's all I want to know.
Sure is odd. And yet, now we come to the top of initiative 20. So I'm going to need... Okay, yeah, do your legendary action. Since we're talking about spells. Who are you casting command on? Interesting. So Veil,
Oh shoot! All right, hold on.
Be grovel.
so I'm going to need you to make a wisdom
wisdom
saving
save?
throw. Yes.
All right.
The number to beat is 15.
Oh shit!
I'm going to use one of my lucky points to reroll that.
Probably a good idea.
Hey.
13.
Whew. Good call on the lucky. Because,
Clear though. He was gonna drown, right?
yes, he was 100% going to start drowning the next round.
Oh man.
But I do need everyone now at the top of initiative 20 to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Well, they
Fail.
I got it.
Failure.
I'm in the
for-
other. I'm in the other room. Is that going to affect that?
Yes, it is.
I mean, is that going to affect me rolling or being in a different room? Or
Oh, well, honestly, now that you're kind of
behind
mentioning
a
that,
wall?
I'm going to say that because you're right by a wall and you're in an offshoot of a room, you get to roll this with advantage. Because it's a lot easier for you to control yourself there than they can.
Well, it was garbage anyway.
So yeah, you are pulled 10 feet towards him. So those of you who failed, just go ahead and move your token 10 feet closer to the AquaMinotaur for me.
Fail.
Yeah, I failed. Can somebody move me 10 feet,
Yeah.
please?
I gotcha.
I think
I
I'm
got.
about.
No, I did. I moved him.
I'm already grappled by him, so I mean.
I was gonna say he was here. I just moved him straight.
Yeah,
up.
those of you who are grappled, don't need to worry about the roll. Those of you who are right next to him don't need to worry about it either. You're right there. You're just spinning around. So honestly, they're just kind of moving like that, like that. Okay, Eloise, it's your turn now. What you got?
Yeah. Oh boy. I am. Oh, I wanted to save this for when. Okay, so then I'm going to cast Hold Person on Apollyon, or try to.
Okay. That's another wisdom saving throw, I believe.
It is.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw for the AquaMinotaur, please.
Shit.
Ooh. Nice.
And, yeah, bonus action do I? I do not. This is an action. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get out of this whirlpool again.
Okay. That's a athletics check for me, please.
20.
20 does make it. You can move at 1/3 your normal speed, but Apollyon, you do still have. You haven't used a reaction yet, so you can use that if you choose to. No, you did not. Okay, no reactions. You are able to make it 10 feet away, Eloise.
Ooh, be over here.
It is Father Estru's turn. The poor...
Fart.
What's that?
Like, come on, you old fart.
Yeah. First thing is his athletics check,
There you
which is
go.
going to be an 18, so he manages to stay treading water. Wow, interesting. Okay. Whew. He's not thrilled about this right now, that's for sure. And he calls out, "I don't know what's happening with your friend, but we cannot allow this to continue." And he is going to be firing a series of scorching rays at Apollyon. So that's a 23 to hit. Yeah, 5 points of damage there. Oops, wrong one. Second's a 21. 7 more points of damage. Third ray is a 12, which I assume misses. Last ray is a 23. It's another 4 points of damage. So 16 points of damage, of fire damage total on you, AquaMinotaur. You don't have resistance to everything. But, Liam, you're up next.
Alright.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, go ahead. I can't do that. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, as I'm grappled, can I still attack?
You can still attack, you're just grappled. That means you can't. Your movement speed is 0 unless you try to get away.
Gotcha. Alright, with my bonus action, I'm going to use my second wind ability. And that's a d10 plus my fighter level, so it's just plus 1.
Yep.
Give me 1 second to roll that. Ow, 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 ow! And I gain 5 hit points.
Nice.
Alright, and then with my action, I'll take a couple swings with my longsword.
Are you doing... Okay, yeah, you are being held aloft, so you can do that. Are you targeting the tentacles themselves again, or are you targeting AquaMinotaur?
Yeah, I'm targeting the tentacle that's holding me, I would assume.
Okay, then the 25 will hit.
Beautiful. Alright, 10 slashing, and pump a key point into it for a con save. Stunning strike.
Okay. Con save AquaMinotaur. 10 points of damage. You hack down into this tentacle, slicing it a decent amount, but it is thick and rubbery, and so it doesn't. It takes some damage, but not nearly as much as you think.
Yeah. Yeah, he saves. That's all I can do with my turn. I have no movement.
Okay. That's it for Liam. Next, we come to the water creature that is currently holding Vulcan.
Sorry.
Yep,
Oh, no, you didn't on Liam.
I like it. So-
So do you make an attack or do I make a save first?
You're making a strength save, and he's making it. Well, he has to make the attack first.
Okay, so
And the 10, yeah, that's a failure.
somehow even grappled, I twisted out of the way. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, anesthetic has now. So, I'm going to do this a different way because I keep forgetting that. AquaMinotaur. You feel a sense of divine energy begin to flow in through you. The crown, it seems to be protecting you, or maybe just some favor coming out right now. So,
Yes, I feel the power flow through me.
and suddenly you feel, well, for lack of a better term, you feel 20 points healthier than you did a few moments ago.
Woo! Come on, you
Oh,
killed
good
him.
lord. 3 healing surges. Good lord.
3 healing surges to protect the AquaMinotaur. This crown, or whatever patron created it, seems to be protecting the AquaMinotaur right now. So y'all better step it up. The water creature that is currently holding a Vulcan is sucking him downward in the water. Since it's currently holding him, he doesn't have to roll to attack. I'm just rolling for the damage. $11 more points of damage, and Vulcan is being sucked underwater. He's splashing around, trying to hold his head above, but he cannot. And you see air bubbles beginning to form outward, above, breaking the surface of the water. So that's 11 points of damage to Vulcan. What the hell? Who I just realized is not in initiative. Why the hell is he not in initiative?
Because my poor father keeps getting forgotten.
Well, that's the thing. I know I rolled it.
And getting called rude.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all. I'm just going to go ahead and give him the turn next. Because he should have his turn. So he's going to try to attempt to get out of that. I think it was a strength saving throw? Let me double check. Oh, it's a grapple. Yeah, so a 13 he has to roll. Just barely. With a 14, he wiggles himself, pushing, straining his muscles, breaks out of the grip of this creature, and comes swimming up to the surface, coughing and sputtering. As his head breaks, you hear his voice yelling out to everyone, "Somebody hold him down so I can cast that spell on him!" But that was his action for this turn. As a bonus action. Let's see, did he prepare it? Oh no, he didn't. He didn't prepare a bonus action. Yep, never mind. That's it for him. Okay. Now we come to Necthros Veil. So Veil, what are you doing?
Alright, I'm going to attempt to fairy fire a 15-foot cube. I'm going to do it to the bottom left of Apollyon, so it only affects him, to see if he's going to need a wisdom save.
Okay. I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw from Apollyon.
No, it's a dex.
Oh, it's a dex save?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. It is dex.
Wow.
Okay.
He is outlined. It's going to be green light, obviously, and I'm concentrating on it. And for the duration, he sheds dim light, and any attack roll against him has advantage.
I like it. He is now lit up, and everyone can see him. His outline quite clearly through this green glow that seems to surround him. Doing anything else for your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to try to move into that doorway. I think 15 feet. Can somebody move me on the other side of blood?
Yeah, I got you.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to mentally command the skeleton to pull himself together and see if he could attempt to do that.
I like it. What would this be? Go ahead and give me an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Arcana with disadvantage, coming right up. Let's see.
As you are trying to force it to do your bidding, though this is a very odd circumstance.
That is a 14.
Okay, you make the order go out, and you can feel the skeleton at least seem to acknowledge what you're saying. We'll see what happens in the future.
All right. I'm just saying he would move on my turn if you were holding out for something else, but I didn't mean to cast shield. I must have hit that by accident.
You didn't what?
He didn't
I
mean
didn't
the
mean to
shield.
cast shield.
Shield popped up in chat.
Oh, yeah, no worries. That's fine.
All right, and I'm done. Thank you.
Okay.
At the end of
All right, bye.
AquaMinotaur is gonna say, illuminate this. Boring rush. 10 feet.
I like it. Oh, you definitely drug Liam with you, and everything else that came along with it, yeah. Okay, you're there now. So, Eloise, you see Apollyon, or AquaMinotaur, bear its horns towards you and just surge, rushing towards you, like riding on that funnel of water that's heading, and it just comes towards you, swirling around you. You get caught up in that break, and as those horns come pummeling towards you, you just twist, thinking about what Nyasi had said to you previously about your tail, and you just kind of corkscrew and get out of the way. I like it. Next up, we come to Jortha's turn. Jortha, first thing she has to do, because she's caught in the whirlpool itself, is make an athletics check. Okay, I'll get to that, Anna, at after this turn's over. Okay, next up, or let's see what happened there. She rolled a 6, so that is a failure. She is unable to keep her footing and is just being swept up by the whirlpool around AquaMinotaur. She allows herself to duck downward, and she's going to have to use that key point, because she was actually hoping to get close. But she spends that key point to do her Misty step, flies up through the air.
Step of the wind.
Step of the wind, yeah. Step of the wind, not Misty step. Uses Step of the Wind to jump upward, up into the air, and takes a swing at you, AquaMinotaur, with her scimitar. But that's a 10, so that's a miss. Yep. Second attack from her. That's a 24. So it would be 6 points of damage normally, but you know, you're AquaMinotaur.
These are all at advantage.
Oh, that's right. You are correct. So I'm going to use that 10 and 24 as her first attack then. That's a 25, which does hit.
Are you doing the death strike? I just want to make sure you didn't accidentally.
Yeah, it is actually
Or
supposed to be the
key
death.
point. Okay.
Yeah, it was the actual death strike that I was using
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure you didn't actually. You're like, oh wait, I didn't mean to do that key point.
Nope, I totally did for this because she needs it. So yeah, 6 slashing for that first one. 14 for the second one.
The death strike also counts as slashing.
Yes, it does. So it is halved. So, Apollyon. As Jortha lands in the water once again, the crown seems to be showing you even more favor. It's almost as if the divine seems to smile on you as you get an extra turn.
He already has extra turns.
Behold
God,
the power
seriously?
of AquaMinotaur.
Go ahead, AquaMinotaur. What are you going to do?
Do I get to automatically hit him?
Well, no, you still have to swing and hit him. It's just you're currently holding him. I'd say you probably have advantage on it because he is right there with you.
18 still misses.
Okay, 18 misses.
Two tentacle attacks.
Okay. Does 18 hit, Eloise?
I want to say she's got like a 19 or a 20.
I think it's 18 or 19.
18 is my AC.
Oh, I thought
So-
you were.
Okay, then it does hit. 14 points of damage to you, and you are currently grappled, Eloise. $17 is definitely gonna miss. Eloise, as this tentacle swipe just slaps into you, you feel the divine favor of nature seem to cool you and comfort you. You receive 8 points of healing.
Thank you.
You
I
hear-
need it.
Yep, you hear the Frost E just showering you with a little bit of love.
Well, thank you, the Frosty.
Okay, that was it for AquaMinotaur's extra turn.
Now my regular turn.
Now your regular turn.
I'd like to ask a question. How tall is this?
It's probably another 15 feet above you. Total from the floor, 25 feet.
Okay. Now cower and drown. As I cast control water, raising the height of all the water in this area.
I like it. The water begins to rush outward from Apollyon and fill this space, going from lower, from the point it was up or higher and higher and higher until it completely fills. What's
is
that?
This a spell he cast?
Yes.
Yeah, control water.
Okay. Veil is going to counterspell it.
Interesting.
All right. Well, I have a level 4 counterspell in my Ring of Spell Storing, which I am going to pop on that.
Nice. So as he's casting that spell, you focus in on your ring and counterspell, blasting the spell away. And the water that seemed to be rising up settles for one moment. Yeah, I like it.
It seems AquaMinotaur doesn't actually have
Not really, no. So that's
Look
it.
fabulous.
You can look fabulous.
Strike the pose.
I'll do it. I'll snap my finger. Oh, you may have won this time, but you'll see the end is
Indeed it is. Last in turn order, we come to one of those watery creatures. Vulcan, who managed to break away, is now being swarmed again by a second one of these creatures. That is an 18, which does hit. Whew, they're hitting him hard. Another 12 points of damage. And that's the bottom of the order.
at the end of the weird's turn. Legendary action, try to cast raise water again. Control water.
Nice. And since Veil did not does not have another reaction, the spell does complete, and the entire room just fills from floor to ceiling with water. Everyone holds in a breath as the entire area just pours with water. Water begins pouring out of the windows a little bit from those broken places, but it is completely submerged. And that's where we're going to take a break. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, folks, and we're going to see how this battle plays out. So stay tuned, everybody.
Tried to steal Sheila's shit.
Okay, everybody, we are back. And when we last left off, the team was basically being quite well dominated and controlled by the AquaMinotaur. He's taken some damage. The team has taken some damage. Poor Vulcan has basically just been swarmed by these two giant water things and has not been able to get anywhere near Apollyon. But let's go ahead and jump back to the top of the turn order, where we have Blood from a Stone, who is currently swimming underwater, completely submerged. So,
Yeah, well, he's
yeah, you don't have a whole lot of movement right now, but
gonna keep doing what he's fucking doing, and he's gonna shoot him. He is still glowing in the dark. No, they're not.
not his.
Oh, that's right.
Another 22.
22 points of damage from the... yeah, 22 points of damage from the energy bow. 8 of that is piercing, Apollyon, so keep track of that.
What is the significance?
But it's actually
Oh,
magical piercing. It's not an actual bolt.
That-
It's
yeah.
like
Well, it is a bolt of energy but
Yeah,
it does do
but-
piercing damage. The piercing damage itself is halved. The sneak attack is in
Sneak is
the
magic.
and the force is gonna be magic for this this circumstance. Yep. After that happens, Apollyon or AquaMinotaur, I keep needing to say, the crown up top your head seems to shimmer once again. A little raccoon seems to be giggling as you are healed by a surge of energy, doing 9 points of healing to you.
We're all gonna die.
We're going to remember this little raccoon.
Poor Blood from a Stone. He's a little butthurt by this.
Well, they just want to keep healing him. I mean, it's fucking serious. We all start back at level 1. It's alright.
I mean, you haven't even been hit yet, so...
But once they're all dead, it's not going to take long.
It is now Nyasi's turn. Nyasi, who has seen all of this go down, she's currently underwater, swimming. She's going to swim towards one of those water weirds, because that's the thing that's harrowing right now Vulcan, who is currently constricted and unable to breathe. So, she's going to swing at him. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and do a Death Strike as well. She is using a spear, so her shot is not at disadvantage. It's a 14 to hit. What is this thing's AC? Nice. A 14 does hit. She spears this odd-looking water thing that's just barely visible now in the water. She pumped a key point into it to do a total of 10 points of damage. Let's see. Second attack. $17 also hits for 12 more points of damage. Let's see. She does have her bonus action, I suppose.
Does Apollyon need to make a con save
She-
for this water thing?
She's not attacking Apollyon. She's attacking the
No.
water creature.
I did.
No, but Blood.
Oh, Blood did. That is true. You do have a good point there. Go ahead and make a con saving throw while I try to figure out what how much you have to roll.
Would it be a 16 plus 5? 21?
Yeah, 21. Okay. That's a 14, which is a failure. AquaMinotaur.
Legendary resistance to succeed.
Okay. That is a success instead. And the water remains. Finishing up Nyasi's turn, she still has her bonus action. Yeah, she's still got a few key points left. So, why don't we go ahead and use them? Flurry of blows. $20 does hit, but the 9 does not. So 7 more points of bludgeoning damage against this creature. Well, that wasn't you, Apollyon.
It's at advantage.
He's
Oh, I thought it was Apollyon, sorry.
Yep, no, she's been attacking the water creature. And it is now Vulcan's turn. First thing he has to do is get out of that. So, let me see what that was. He's currently grappled, so he has to make a DC 13 check. (14) just barely manages to wiggle free. However, he does. With the two of them on him, he can't really get out of the way. So he doesn't want to do that. Unfortunately, with the water all around them right now, he can't call lightning or ice storm. There's really no room for it. Yeah, I think what he's gonna have to do... He looks over at Nyasi with a little bit of regret. But he's gonna go ahead and cast Thunderwave. He's only gonna do this at 2nd level, though, because she is there. So I need her and the two weirds to make con saves. That's a failure for her. And 2 failures for both of those. So all 3 of them take a total of 17 points of thunder damage.
Beyond persuasion checks, yes?
Oh no, I'm sure you can persuade. No problem. So yeah, all 3 of them failed. So he pushes them how far back? I think it's 15 feet. Let me double check.
For what, Thunder Wave? It's 15 feet.
Yeah.
Or it's a 15-foot cube.
Yeah, but I need to know how far it pushes them back. 10 feet away. So 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10. Right there. You hear Vulcan underwater scream loudly in this spell, and just this thunderous force erupts out of him, pushing all 3 of them back, including Nyasi, who is there to help him. But he's kind of desperate at this point. He is then going to swim 10 feet forward, heading towards the AquaMinotaur as fast as his arms and legs can carry him. And now it's top of the initiative 20. So at initiative 20, I need everyone to make strength saving throws. Now, Veil and Blood, you do have advantage on this roll because of your position.
Is it still, if we're right up against the AquaMinotaur, we don't have to worry about it because we're already there?
Yeah.
Bill rolled a 2 and a 2.
So yeah, you definitely failed and you're pulled 10 feet forward. Vulcan succeeded, oddly enough. And so did Nyasi. I've moved you 10 feet. Veil, Blood, what did you roll?
12.
So yeah, you failed as well. You are pulled 10 feet forward also. Okay. That's it for the order, the layer action. Next we come to Eloise. So Eloise, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm going to try to hit him with some primal savagery. since he's got me grappled.
I like it.
Does an 18 hit?
It should be an advantage, right?
It should be an advantage.
Oh. Does an 18 hit?
No.
Great. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, sorry, Eloise. You got anything else to do for your turn?
No, I haven't got any bonus actions. Druids don't get a lot of those.
Really
funnily
don't.
enough.
Other than
Yeah.
Wild Shape.
Only if you're a Circle of the Moon.
Yeah, that's true. Which is my favorite class to play. I'm not gonna lie. I love playing druids. But that's it for Eloise's turn. Next
So-
up, we come to
Actually,
the father.
Can I roll
Yes.
to try and break his grapple?
Oh yeah, you absolutely can.
Okay, cool. What would that be? Would it be a strength
That's
save or an athletics?
That's an athletics check. I'm allowing you to do this as your bonus action.
Thank you.
Just because why not?
Because hopefully we have something go right tonight. It's 18.
So in 18, you are able to break the grapple to break free.
Okay. I'm
Wait a second.
It-
6 plus 5 start.
Mm.
Start.
Start of AquaMinotaur's turn.
okay. Okay, so then can I still use, now that I'm out of the grapple, can I use my movement?
Okay, so you're going to have to make one more athletics check to try to fight the water to get away from
Yes.
him.
Right. Okay. Nope.
10 is not enough. You are free from his tentacle, but
Yeah.
you are currently just fighting the current, trying to get away from him.
Okay.
So far, unable.
Cool.
The priest, Father Estru's turn. And he's seen Liam take some damage at this point. You probably aren't looking too great with it squeezing you right now.
Nope, not great.
Yeah, so it's going to go ahead and pump a, let's see, a second level Cure Wounds into you. Or not Cure Wounds, Healing Word, because you're a lot higher than him. Yeah, you can. If you've ever gone swimming and yelled underwater, the sound does travel. You can cast spells. Now, what it is doing, which I am keeping track of, every time you cast a spell, you're using some of your air.
I figured.
But those of you who have high enough constitutions, it's not going to affect you just yet, but it is a concern that's definitely weighing on your minds. But it is 9 points of healing to you, Liam. And that was his bonus action. While he does that, he also has to make his athletics check. That's a 15, so he is managing to at least swim enough in the current to be able to focus on you and cast that spell, Liam. He's going to have to use the rest of his movement to get away from there. To over right about here. As an action... yeah, that's kind of it for him right now. Just can't really do any attacks underwater. So that's it for Father Estru. Liam, you've been healed. What do you want to do?
Alright, Jesus Christ, Polly, what are you doing? I'm gonna take 2 swings at Apollyon, not the tentacle this time.
Okay.
28 and a 16.
First one hits.
You're at advantage.
That's true. You are at advantage.
Oh, sweet.
So
So
we'll
I'll
call
take-
the first two as your first attack.
Yeah. All right, and a second 28.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right. Please make a con save for me. I'm gonna spend another key point for a stunning strike. Saves. Make a second one. I'll spend another key point. Saves again. A bonus action. I'm gonna try and break free. So an athletics check.
Yes, an athletics check.
Oh, shouldn't have been an advantage.
But a
Alright.
12's not going to cut it either way.
Nothing's gonna. Yeah, I'm stuck.
You are stuck. You try to swim away, but those tentacles just wrap tighter on you, holding you in place.
Does he have to make con saves for the water?
He has to make a con save for the damage I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm
it's
sorry, I meant Constitution save. I'm sorry, I meant concentration save.
Concentration save. You need to make 2 of them. Go ahead, Apollyon. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. All right, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Next up, we come to one of those weird water creatures that just barely visible underwater at this point. It's going to swim down toward Father Estru. It's going to try to tangle him up. But a 7's not going to cut it. That's for sure. Veil, you're up next, buddy. What are you doing?
Vale's going to survey the situation. He's underwater. Very concerned that the tides have shifted in the wrong direction. And he's going to throw caution to the wind and face the door. And he's going to drop a fireball on that door to attempt to bust it open.
Interesting. I like it. You know what? I like it. I knew I should have made a map with all the water shooting out. I was thinking about it earlier today, and I was like, you know what? Even if that happens, I can just draw something. But now I actually regret it. So go ahead, Veil, and roll your fireball.
Alright, that is going to be 32 fire damage.
Yes, it does.
What if it was like one of those like old saloon Batwing doors? Would that fail a dex save?
Ooh, I don't know.
Say that again?
But
It's
it's
like the
those
swinging doors, like you see at old saloons.
Wild West?
Fucking- Yeah, I think that would just blow those doors off, as
Yeah,
well
probably
as most
would.
of the building.
I mean, even with something barring the door, those wouldn't be very secure. Things
Yeah.
could get over or under them. So
They didn't make a whole lot of steel or stone buildings in the Old West.
So, because my players are my players, I just had to Google how much hit points a door would have. So, thinking on it and being generous, probably 27 to 30 hit points. 32 is kind of stretching it, and 32 is what he rolled for his fireball. So,
Fuck you, door!
the doors explode outward from the force of this fireball, which evaporates some of that water in that space too, leaving a huge wave of steam that just slams into those doors. The doors blow open and water just pours out from the entire thing. And I need everyone in this room right now to make for me strength saving throws, including the AquaMinotaur.
20 for Eloise.
God.
And that one.
4.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to say AquaMinotaur, with your swim speed, you can just ride that water as it goes flowing out from there. So you're probably fine and can maintain where you are. Let's see here. Darn it, I hit the wrong thing. Okay, let me do some rolls here real quick. Just bear with me a second. Fuck yeah. Okay, so
We need to save you.
To do that.
Eloise,
Yeah.
you are fighting hard against that current as all that water just gets sucked outward from that door, spilling out into the grounds themselves. I should probably draw something at some point here. But
That's fine. We all have imaginations.
yeah, I'm just going to say that as it's going outward, you with your 20, you're managing to pump your arms and kick your feet, pushing your tail back and forth, just as Niasi had explained to you that evening. And you're just like a fish in water, swimming against that current. You're able to maintain your position for the most part. You're going to end up about 10 feet away from where you were.
Embracing my inner crocodile.
Liam, you're being
restrained though, so
you are restrained. So I just realized that as I said your name. So you're still where you are.
okay.
Blood, you got sucked out by the water. It's just like funnel at the side, shooting outward, like that one scene in Indiana Jones. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. And you go flying. I'm putting you at the very bottom of this map, because that's where you land. And I'm going to need you, as you get thrown out of there, to make for me a dexterity saving throw. Same thing for you, Veil, because you were thrown out too.
Oof.
Damn.
Oh shit.
You guys ever seen a cat be flushed down the toilet?
18.
No, and I don't wanna.
Just happened to be- I mean,
At least Dale made a save. Maybe.
So let's see. Blood from a stone. Yeah, you go flying out into the air. For a half a second, you think to yourself, oh, this is must have been how Vulcan felt, as you just went down face first into stone and gravel and go skidding, taking 15 points of bludgeoning damage as
I'm
you...
gonna take 7, because he's gonna uncanny dodge that.
That's fine, you needed it, because you just got road rash of the worst type. Veil, you managed to save, so you also only took 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you land in the dirt and just skid.
Blood, can you take 7 off my life, please?
Yes. Yeah, I will. Let me get mine off mine. I'll do it off yours. Oops. Alright, we're both set.
Okay, let's see here. Now I gotta look at everyone else. Vulcan saved with a 15. He just saved. Father Estru and Jortha also went flying. Need dex saving throws from them. Give me 1 second. Estru failed. That shouldn't have been an advantage, but still a 17 succeeds. So she takes 7 points of damage. She ain't looking great at all. The father takes 15 points of damage.
How do concentration saves work?
It's 5 plus the damage you took.
But 10 of a minimum.
Yeah, but
Well,
10
I
of
thought
them.
it would be half. Well, I mean, yeah, because oh, never mind. I'm thinking because I always thought it was like half the damage or 10.
It's half the damage or 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Whichever's higher.
So, okay, so I'm gonna use a lucky point to re-roll my con save.
Okay, that's your second lucky point of the day.
Yep.
Which just started, by the way. It's like 9 a.m.
22.
22, you do manage to hold on to the concentration of your spell. Okay. That was a hell of a turn for Necthros Veil. As the water is receding, Eloise, you manage to touch down with a crouch, as does Niasi, as does Vulcan. Liam, you are still entangled by that tentacle, and Apollyon, the water of your typhoon has lessened quite a bit and gotten a lot smaller as most of that water has drained away.
So with the rest of my turn, I'm going to use my movement to get as far as I can.
By the way,
to the left.
you are prone right now, so you will have to use half your movement to get up.
Yep, that's fine. So I'll use half my movement to get up, and then hold on, let me see what my movement is. I think it's 30.
It's 30.
Yep. So 15 feet. Going to the. Actually, you know what? I'll go to. Yeah, I'll go to the left. 15 feet. If somebody can move me.
Yeah, you said to the left 15?
Just directly to the left?
Or like up,
Yep.
like
Yeah.
diagonally?
Well, is that a water weird in front of? I want to get out of the water.
Well, the water is pretty much. You're on the ground now, and the water is more like
there.
flowing away
Two-
from you.
two
But you
over,
can.
one up.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Two over, one
perfect.
up.
Okay,
We'll split
and
the
with my bonus action, I'm going to see if I could get the skeleton to pull itself together.
Make
and
another.
attack to-
Make another Arcana check, please.
Okay. Was this at disadvantage or normal?
It is still at disadvantage. This is probably the most complicated thing you've ever asked a construct to do. Because the bones are literally everywhere in the middle of the space. Like, some of them are by you. Others are caught underneath pieces of the pews and the rubble, and they're all over.
Okay. It's a 16 either way.
You definitely feel like it's trying to do what it can, but as I described, it's everywhere.
Right. And one more point question. Can I, now that we are outside, can I get Jareth into the mix?
I'll allow it. Go ahead and roll initiative for Jareth.
Yep. That is an 18.
Okay, he'll go on 18 at the start of the
Yep,
next
that
turn
will.
order. But I'm just going to allow you. What are you wanting him to do right this second? Now that you can see him and issue an order.
Right. Well, he moves on his own turn, but I'm going to have him, when he's able to, go down to this water weird that's closest to blood and distract it.
Okay. It comes flying. What I'm saying is, here's his turn.
Oh, okay.
And he goes flying down towards the water weird right here in front of blood and distracts the thing for 1 moment. Which, now that it's out of water, it basically looks like a serpent made up entirely of water. The water seems to swirl around it and ripple. But it does have a shape of an odd-looking serpent creature.
Okay. Now, I guess my question is, am I able to, I don't know how this works, am I able to distract it to give it disadvantage on its next attack, as opposed to getting somebody... Okay. Alright, then I am done.
Yeah, basically.
That makes sense.
Okay, so Frosty is asking the Goblin King Jareth, and yes, that's exactly who the owl is named after. Good catch. But that's it for Jareth's turn, and so that's it for Vale's turn. And next we come up to one of those water creatures. Yeah. Absolutely. Use your legendary action.
AquaMinotaur is cooking.
Interesting. You come swarming towards Vulcan with that whirlpool, striking out, aiming with your horns, and Vulcan manages to just push himself and roll out of the way, and you miss. Now, on the Water Weird's turn, this is this guy right over here. He's swimming. It's swimming towards the first thing it sees, which is Father Estru, and it is going to try to wrap around it and constrict him. God, they are rolling terribly. That's a 7 to hit. I suppose because these things are now no longer in water, they're just kind of riding along the surface of the water. They're having a hard time maintaining their form to wrap around this guy. Okay. We come up to Jortha's turn, who ain't looking great at all. She's looking pretty damn hurt. Yeah, she's going to go ahead and burn another key point to do a Death Strike on the thing that the owl just targeted. So she is going to have advantage on this attack. Swinging out with her scimitar. 24 is definitely going to hit for 10 more points of damage. That was a terrible roll. Second strike. This is at normal. Oh, nat 20. So, yeah, that is a total of 10 more points of damage. Wow.
Thumbs the dice sometimes.
Really was, but 2 successful slashes. Now, as a bonus action, she's just gonna unarmed attack. That is a 14, which I believe just hits. Yeah, just hits. 6 more points of damage. The watery creature in front of her ain't looking great now, that's for sure. Definitely is taking quite a bit of beating, and a lot of the water seems to be like pouring off of it and running down the hill. As this is happening and you're all kind of looking around, you notice, oh shit, we're all out in the open. But, AquaMinotaur, it's your turn.
How much water is where the AquaMinotaur was at?
So where the AquaMinotaur is, there's about... How much water is there? Quite a bit. It's still swirling around you like a little bit of a typhoon or a water spout or water funnel. So you're still being held up about 10 feet in the air, but you've lost quite a bit of that water. It is making more water and it's pouring off of you right now. But with the door open, it is kind of running out at a rate that's consistent. You can focus on the spell and start filling it up again. And it is going to start rising a bit higher, but it's never going to maintain a huge amount of water because the door is open and all the water has a free way to leave now.
Okay. Is myself and Vulcan and
Nyasi,
Nyasi, are we all fully submerged in water?
you are all being held by the water, and for the most part, yes, fully submerged. You are high above, and you're holding Liam up, so he's probably not in the water spout. He's probably high above it. Vulcan is definitely caught up in the water around you and is currently treading water. In the area around you, in the area around you, that water is high and deep. The rest of the water, like around Eloise, is probably more like knee height, knee depth deep right now, and that's mainly because of the spell you're maintaining. Does that make sense?
Yep. Roll it.
Who you giving that healing surge to, Anna?
Gosh.
11 points of damage. The tentacle wrapping around you just squeezes, and you feel your ribs beginning to go inward, as fragile as they are, and you cough up a little bit of blood. But as that cough comes out, and you're really starting to worry about whether or not you can make it, divine favor seems to be shining on you right now.
What do the heavens say for me?
And exactly 11 points of healing energy. I rolled a 4-4-3. Is pumped back into you, restoring the poor broken ribs that you have right now. At least a little bit.
Oh, awesome. Who can I thank for that?
That is from Anesthetic.
Thank you very much, Anesthetic.
Awesome.
Okay, it's still your turn, AquaMinotaur.
I have to ask another question. As per the spell, create or destroy water, could someone's mouth or lungs qualify as an open container from which I could create water inside of? Such as Vulcan, or Goliath.
Lungs aren't just like empty bags though. It's all soft tissue. It's spongy on the inside, so it's not like a container.
It's actual flesh.
Yeah.
But in
lungs
esophaguses-
are actually full.
I was gonna say it's not like, if I hit him with a tentacle and he gasps.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is for
I
that.
mean, that would be badass, but like.
Yeah, it would, and I'm going to sort of allow it. So yes, while you are correct that the lungs themselves are spongy tissue, it does have areas where the oxygen goes into. Most of that is from your esophagus, which is a just big long tube going from your mouth to your throat. So if water were to go in there and if he were to breathe, his lungs would naturally fill with water. So technically, yes. However, that's a very controlled application of the spell. You could try to do it. You could try. But
Thing like with control water, if you change the effect, that means it's not going to rise in the room anymore. You're doing a different effect on it.
well, yes, that is
So-
true. But
So that means everybody's going to drop if they're.
no,
No, create water is a different
Oh,
spell than control
yeah.
water.
yeah.
He was saying could create control water. He was saying his control water is what he.
Yeah, we're talking about create water right now, I assume. So the answer to your question, AquaMinotaur, is yes. You could try to do it. It would be a skill challenge to do, namely an Arcana check, but it is theoretically possible.
AquaMinotaur is not good at smart stuff. So I'm just gonna rely on instinct and make 3 tentacle attacks. I guess I will just. Control water says I can use an action to maintain the same thing or continue. Does that mean I have to, in addition to just concentrating on the spell? 'Cause
It's
if
well, okay. So the action is making it work again. So you could use your action to try to refill up the room with water, or you can use your action to make attacks, or you can use your action to do something completely different.
I'm gonna attack it instead.
Okay.
But I can still concentrate on the spell.
Yes, you're still concentrating on the spell, and it's still maintaining. You're just not directing it to do anything new.
Okay, so the water's just flowing out naturally.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want. Yeah.
Whom are you attacking? Liam.
A 19 hits.
Back to 11 again. Oh. I see an anesthetic. I will get to it. No, go ahead, Liam. Or go ahead, Apollyon. I was talking to Anna.
Tentacle attack on you. 26.
Definitely gonna hit.
17 bludgeoning grapple.
I would like to do interception here. He's 5 feet away from me, so I can reduce the damage by a d10 plus my proficiency, which is 3.
Interesting.
So I reduce it by 6 points of damage.
So 11 points of damage instead. Liam swings out with his weapon, smacking that tentacle a little bit to the side as it's swinging to grapple Vulcan. It manages to grapple, but he definitely takes a little bit less damage than he was going to. However, Vulcan is now grappled and is currently being held upward, drawn up by AquaMinotaur.
AquaMinotaur will turn his head and say, "You should not have done that, monk." He's gonna attack Liam with his trident.
Nice.
27.
That hurts. That hits.
Piercing 4.
Ouch.
He stabs at Liam with that trident, the trident beginning to sparkle and glow with electric energy. It pierces you directly through the chest, and you just cough out blood as he yanks it out once again.
How many attacks does AquaMinotaur have? Holy cow.
He gets 3.
Literally, holy cow.
Holy cow, indeed. That's it for AquaMinotaur's turn, I believe.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Next, we come to one of those water weirds. The one that you had backed away from, Veil. Its eyes are focusing directly at you, and it's swimming towards you to try to constrict around you. And that is a 20 to hit.
I'm going to, with my remaining spell in my Ring of Spell Storing, cast Shield.
Nice. You cast the spell Shield out of your ring. It forms up around you just as the water weird is starting to constrict around you and catches, and you're able to push it back. Liam, the gods seem to be looking down on you with a little bit more light. You currently have a point of inspiration from our Patreon member, Anesthetic.
Lord bless you, Anesthetic. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's it for the water weird's turn. Blood from a stone. You are currently on the ground, spitting up dirt. The water weirds are surrounding everyone. What do you do?
He'll use his movement to get up, and then he'll use another 10 to get over here. He has a straight shot into the church at Apollyon, and so he's just going to take a shot at him, because he can do that. He doesn't have any fucking disadvantages.
That's true. He doesn't, because he has that what is it called again?
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter, yeah.
He's going to take a shot at him. Fuck and fuck. I'm sorry.
Shit!
That's 34 plus 16. That's 44, 50 plus 9 piercing, so 4 piercing, so that's 54 damage.
54 points of damage on a critical hit. This bolt of energy just comes flying out of nowhere, striking the Minotaur in the back of the head. This explodes with this force energy, and he rocks forward, massively hurt.
Sorry, buddy. I mean, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. So then he's got another 5, but he's gonna dash. So that's 15. 10, you get over here on the other side of Veil, and I'm gonna try and make for the building, see if I can't climb up and go in a window later. But yeah.
I like it. So
Big shot.
big shot.
If he can, I mean, I know he can't possibly do it, but I want to see him do it to make a Constitution save to keep water going.
Yeah, actually, I don't think it's mathematically possible.
It's impossible, but I want to see him roll, because if he gets a natural 20, I'm going to feel really bad, because it's still not enough.
Well, no, natural 20.
Natural 20 should save no matter what.
Yeah, but
No. Natural
Not with
20
that much
is not a guaranteed success. A natural 20 is not a guaranteed
it would be
success.
a natural 20 against a natural 20 attack.
Yeah, what it is the damage of the spell, but I don't think it's possible to roll above that, even with your...
He'd have to roll it, I mean, because he gets, what, plus 8?
Yeah, it would still be a...
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, no.
But go ahead and roll anyway. We just want to see what happens.
Alright.
Ah! God damn it! I'm so sorry!
It would have actually been a 22, because it would have been an advantage. But there's that critical we wanted to see.
I'm so sorry.
What are you taking it?
Alright.
What are you getting added advantage
Now
of,
we know.
Anesthetic? No more control water. The spell does end.
Oh, yeah, I guess my turn's done, so.
Yep, that is your turn. Anesthetic, you gave Liam advantage, but his turn's not coming up for a little while. Nyassi's turn's coming up next. Do you want to give it to her instead? Is that a yes or a no? No. Okay. Well, then it's you're gonna hold on to that for later. It is Niasi's turn, and on her turn, with the water spell now dissolved, the water surrounding Apollyon lessens even more. It grows smaller and smaller. Just like that. Niasi, seeing this opportunity, is going to spend a key point for Step the Wind, and she's going to attempt to tackle Apollyon out of the water and shove him to the ground. Which is why I was hoping she was going to give Niasi advantage, but oh well.
Well, he still has the fairy fire effect, right?
But that's not to hit. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, actually, I think that would affect this. I'll allow it.
Didn't even need it.
How apropos is this? Niasi
He's pissed.
jumps, using the Step of the Wind to increase her ability to leap outward, tackling Apollyon, the AquaMinotaur, out from the water and slamming him down into the ground right here. She's holding him down against the stairs as the water is still pouring out from him. And she looks over to Vulcan and screams in that moment, "Do it now!" And Vulcan's turn is next at order number 21. Yes. Do it. What legendary action are you casting? Or what spell are you casting?
Can you do a thing that costs 2 actions on a legendary action?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
point.
If he
Wow.
had a thing that could do 3, he could use all 3. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just at the start of every round, he gets 3 legendary actions. He can use however many he wants.
Oh, okay.
when-
I see. Yes. Yes. That makes sense.
I'm gonna try to guess.
Okay, interesting. Ooh, that is a failure.
Can I give my inspiration for him to make that one more time?
If you want to use it.
I'll use my inspiration for that. Yeah, give him one more chance.
Ooh. With the spending of Liam's inspiration, a 22, and Vulcan just barely manages. What's that?
You can't use your legendary resistance on him.
Well, Joe, Joe. Let me hear what he was saying first before I answer. Thank you. What was that? Well, Joe's correct, even though I couldn't hear what he was saying.
That though.
Yeah, I would love it too. I think that would be amazing.
An awesome supervillain move.
Yeah, it totally would. But no, legendary resistances only work for you. Yeah, it was a great try, and you cast.
Drops a little bag and investigate that.
Yeah, that would have been great. Last ditch effort from the AquaMinotaur, and it almost worked. But luckily, in that last moment, the gods seemed to smile down on the group. Vulcan, on his turn, comes running up to the AquaMinotaur, and he is going to cast Greater Restoration. He reaches his hand into the bag, grabs that handful of diamond dust, reaches out, touches Apollyon. Do you have anything you can do, Apollyon? No, you don't. You can't do that. Well, actually, hold on. That's a good question. Yeah, there is no saving throw for this spell.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do to make it like not be able to just touch me.
No, if you have no reactions or anything like that, then that's it. Vulcan comes running up to you, grabs onto you. He pulls the diamond dust is in his hand. He shoves it into your chest as hard as he can, almost like a punch, as he casts the spell.
Does it work? 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 Does it work?
Apollyon, AquaMinotaur, you feel the giant druid's hand grasping onto you as he screams out a line of incantation. I need some good music for this.
My heart is pounding.
Not with some.
I'm
in the
sweating.
background. Get some
It's not over
angels.
yet, guys. It's not over yet.
We need some angels humming in the background of this
Yeah.
music.
Here we go. You feel the druid's hand grasp onto you as he screams out his line of incantation. Your lightning crackles in your eyes as you lock onto his obsidian ones, and you feel a deep surge of magic being forced into your body. As the restorative magic begins to take hold, you can feel your body begin to slowly change as the warmth of the magical energy flows outward from the point Vulcan touched you. You can feel the crown trying to fight back, pushing against the restorative powers of the druid. Your mind reaches outward, searching. Your vision seems to move and focus far away from the water-filled chapel you now all stand in. You see a vision of a blonde-haired man, a human, dressed in a garish blue cloak and pants, who seems to be grinning as he and his posse walks across a large and rather lavish office to hand what looks to be a piece of driftwood to a rather severe-looking woman with short black hair who's dressed in a purple gown. Her dark red lips smile in a rather lewd way as she takes this piece of wood and turns around to place it in a chest next to two others. A gold-scaled dragonborn approaches to examine the wood, and the two humans seem to be talking to each other, but your vision quickly slides away, moving downward. I lost my place for a second. Moving downward along the continent to a place you easily recognize. It's Rowena, Apollyon, the desert sapphire, and home to the Colosseum. Your vision focuses onto another familiar sight, the palace, and into the treasure room of the Zaim. You can recognize it from your vision of the book the Dream Witness had shown you more than a week ago. This time, however, your vision focuses on a similar piece of ancient wood. More places come to your side, Apollyon. A shining, silvery palace surrounded by trees. A crypt located in an unusually clean city far to the southwestern part of the continent. A floating castle hidden deep within fog. A tomb hidden deep within northern mountains. A large island in the far southern hemisphere of the planet. A dark realm filled with shadows. A hellish fortress surrounded by fire and brimstone. and a dark and gloomy city of gray stone, located somewhere deep beneath the earth. The crown whispers to you, "Five may join to claim my true power. Seek ye out Five to gain all that you seek." Your vision goes black, Apollo, and the last sensation you feel is a great weight lifted away from your mind. Faab Five, Liam, and Eloise especially, because you're right there. When Vulcan cast his spell, you all saw a flash of light as the Goliath's hand managed to come in contact with Apollyon. In that moment, you could see the force of Vulcan's will fighting with whatever it was that had taken control of your Minotaur friend. The energy seemed to glow with a warm and healthy green light that pushes the water aside around them. You can all see that strange and misshapen flesh that had been Apollyon's appearance for nearly a week now, beginning to crumble away, starting at the location Vulcan touched, but moving outward across his body almost as though it were a layer of clay coating your friend. The water begins to calm down and level out, and slowly receding as a Vulcan lowers Apollyon and his head to the floor, gently, as though he were cradling a baby. As the crumbling green skin flakes away, you are all relieved to see Apollyon's bright red skin underneath it. The magic continues to push towards the Minotaur's face, and you all can see the magic hesitate, almost as if something is fighting back against it. Vulcan seems to redouble his focus, and the light around him glows brighter. The crown explodes off of Apollyon's forehead like a shot, and ricochets off the stone of the chapel, bouncing here and there, almost hitting your tail, Eloise, before it bounces once again and embeds itself into a wooden pew a few inches away from the wall over there, where the skeleton is trying to reform itself. With the crown now finally off, and the last of the skin shell is crumbling away, the red skin Minotaur seems once again whole, but he is unconscious on the ground.
I'm gonna run over. Are we out of initiative?
Well, Blood and Veil, you had seen a lot of this fighting. You guys really didn't see a whole lot of what was going on from your position. What you did see is the water beginning to stop and lower. And those water weirds, those strange serpentine water creatures, just dropped in a big splash of water on the ground. And yeah, you are all out of initiative.
Cool. I'm gonna run over to Apollyon and I'm going to cast a Cure Wounds on him just to see if that'll help him back up to consciousness. So 9 points of healing.
You run over to him and place your hands, and you pump the surge of healing energy. You feel the energy swarm into Apollyon, hitting his body. He does seem to be a little better off than he was. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
A persuasion check.
Jeepers.
Not 20. 21.
Perfect time for that.
Oh.
As you send this healing energy, you call out, Apollyon. You call out to your friend. The gods seem to be smiling down on Apollyon in this moment. You feel
Careful, you gotta wake up. You gotta come back.
you feel additional whole 5 points of energy flow into Apollyon's form.
I've got something.
Okay.
She already did persuasion, so I guess I'll take performance. I'm gonna pull out something from my private notes here. When first I came across you, a towering minotaur of might, you slung me over your shoulder without a chance to fight. I've seen you take down giants with flair and a happy grin. As soon as you met that sea captain, he immediately invited you in. Shouting your name and flexing, making everyone stop and stare. It always made me chuckle when you'd talk about Grovy Bear. I've even seen you throw a giant sword, like it was just a little toy. 'Cause you are the great Apollyon, the amazing Golden Boi.
Go ahead and roll performance with advantage.
Also a 21.
Very
I
nice.
just want everybody to know that I'm like smiling and laughing. This is great.
And with that amazing litany of poetry, Apollyon, your eyes flutter open. The last thing you remember, you had just left the island with your friends. You were camping out for the night, rummaging through your newly acquired items, and you had placed a crown on your head. The next thing you know, you're lying down on the ground with a massive face of a Goliath looking down at you with concern, your friend Liam standing over you, and Eloise crouching there beside you with her hands on your chest.
As soon as his eyes open, I just like fall right on top of his chest and wrap my arms around him and I'm like, oh my god! Thank the gods! Oh, Apple!
What's going on, guys?
I figure
You were evil and green and tentacly.
That does seem somewhat familiar, but it was like it was 1,000 years ago.
No, it was like 2 seconds ago.
You went a bit batty, but I think you're alright now. How do you feel?
Exactly what? Yeah, as good as ever, baby.
And as you're flexing, you jump up onto your feet and begin flexing those muscles, doing those poses. And as you jump up, you hear a clatter on the ground at your feet. It's that trident that you had found underneath the temple.
You look up, you probably see three-pronged holes, Liam, right now.
Oh yeah, because you're looking terrible. And the moment Vulcan looks up at you and sees that. Like, his eyes just go big. Oh, shit, boy, oh, my God. And he just reaches out and he's going to pump, God, let's see. He hasn't used a hell of a lot of spells, just that. So he's going to pump a 4th level Cure Wounds into you.
Like I said, you went a bit batty. Yeah, I was at 2 hit points.
Well, now you got another 11.
Magic number.
Yeah.
After I kick the trident away, from Apollyon, I'm gonna just like pat him on wherever I can reach. I think that's probably like just beneath his sternum. Be like, "Don't worry, Apple," and I'm gonna run over to Liam and I'm gonna pump a Cure Wounds into him too.
And as you're doing that, from the back corner of the temple, you see a very wet and bedraggled pair of tabaxi come crawling up the stairs. You hear, "No, what the hell just happened out here?"
Oh shit! The civilians upstairs!
They're fine. I'm sure they're okay.
Well, they're definitely waterlogged, but I think we're going to find out about that next week, because it's 9:56. But another 8 points of healing for Liam, as Eloise pumps another Cure Wounds into him. What are the rest of you guys doing outside on the lawn?
Well,
So-
blood came in. I don't know about Veil. I brought him in.
Okay. I will point out to you all that as you were out there, you did notice that there were a couple wraiths at the edge of the property that were looking at you all and watching, but they were just standing there on the edge.
Just give him the finger as I walk, behind me as I'm walking in.
Yeah,
Like, how-
give the
deal with-
finger.
Deal with you fuckers
Yeah.
later.
Hey, hold on one second. Frosty is sending us a bunch more cheers saying, "Thanks for the show while they were working." Absolutely. We'd love to have you here. Please come back and check us out again. It was great having you in chat. Go ahead, Vale.
Vale, when he walked inside, he goes to. He sees I'm assuming the crown is on the floor over to the side.
Yeah, it's probably right here, embedded in this wood.
All right. Can he grab it out with his hand?
Mage hand.
I don't know if Mage Hand could do it. Maybe.
What are you doing, Vale?
He's gonna grab the crown out with his hand and walk up to Apollyon and say, "Hey man, you got real cool for a while." He looks down at the crown and looks back at Apollyon. "You can still get cool again if you want." And he kind of just drops the crown at his feet.
Wow. So, yeah, you pull out the crown. It wasn't that difficult to pull it out of the wood, walk it over to Apollyon, and drop it at his feet. And as you walk away, everyone, literally everyone, is just staring at Vale with mouth agape, shock on their face.
Can I smack him with my tail?
You can certainly try.
If he comes
I
up right
wouldn't do
beside
that.
us, yeah.
Make a strength check, and I'm just gonna let you roll it just as a strength check.
No attack roll?
Shoot him.
No, it is. She's making an attack roll. Just it's going to be a strength check.
Okay.
So she's using her strength modifier to attack instead of because she doesn't have a weapon. She's using her tail.
14.
It doesn't even brush me.
It misses, but Eloise, you're still kind of impressed by the fact that you got it to do what you wanted to in the stress of the moment. It missed, but it swung.
Did it at least kind of flick the crown away?
Oh, yeah, I'd say it flicked the crown away and went clattering across the stone into the back of where all those statues are in the very back.
Good, now we just need to get that cloak off of Apollyon.
No, I don't think that's the problem. I think it was this fucking crown.
Any
Well-
chance you got any more of that fancy diamond dust there?
So, we're going to find out that next session.
Anybody who-
Yeah.
Poor Liam.
Yeah.
Apollyon.
Well,
I don't doubt that. But thank you everyone for watching this evening. It was great fun having everyone in chat. Tune in again next Monday at 7 o'clock to find out what happens and whether or not Vulcan has enough diamond dust left over. But on behalf of the Faab Five, I want to say thank you for watching. Have a great evening. We'll see you next week. Oh, and one last thing. Everyone just hit level 9.
Yes.
Good night.